Good evening. It's Sunday, December 16th, 2007, and you're watching a live presentation of the long-running Jeff Davis Show, once again going out worldwide. And by worldwide, I mean we're going out on the Peercast network. So anywhere in the world, if you've got an internet connection, you could watch not just our show live, but any show on PACT Channel 10 live, any time of day, 24/7. Simply go to peercast.org and search for Austin Liberty Internet. We've got a packed show for you tonight, mostly showing videos. Just got a few videos he wants to play up front. When we come back from that break, Deborah Stevens of Three Shoe Posse is here, and also the Rule of Law. And she's got a video that she took today downtown at the Ron Paul rally known as the Tea Party. She somehow managed to throw together a clip for you today in a short amount of time. And we'll be playing that after the break. And then when we get done with that video, we're going to talk a little bit about Terry Liberty Parker. Now, those of you that have watched this show or shows like Live and Let Live or know anything about Austin politics at all know the name Terry Liberty Parker. As some of you may have known, he was diagnosed with a brain tumor a few months ago, and it's not looking good. And we're going to talk a little about that later on. But first, we're going to watch some videos.
Talking about the Hemlock Society. Hi, I'm Joyce Isaacs from KVET Radio, welcoming you to the Jeff Davis Show. And you know what? I just want to ask Galen, when am I going to make that elitist list? I always wanted to be a Build-A-Burger. Okay? Anytime. Is that I'm Joyce Isaacs, welcoming you to the Jeff Davis Show. And remember, you can join me weekdays on KVET Radio, KVET on the AM 1300. Remember, I'm there every weekday. I said every weekday from 10 in the morning until 12 noon. I'm Joyce, and this is the Jeff Davis Show. The Jeff Davis.
Well, anyway, we'll go ahead and get with George here real quick, and then George I'll let you go ahead and make a brief statement why they get me that one thing. I want to just mention, folks, first off, the Waco trip. Our journey to Waco was excellent. We had a lot of we had some excellent participation. We got a full bus up there. Good. We heard Ramsey Clark speak, Dick DeGuerin. Clive was up there, several of the surviving Branch Davidians, and we've got some interviews and things coming up throughout the show. Bonnie Halderman, who is David Koresh's mother, was nice enough to interview with us. And so we've got all that coming up. We've got, for a short time, we've got mayoral candidate, there's Bonnie Halderman and me sitting there in Waco. We've got mayoral candidate John Johnson coming up here, whatever that is. Okay. And we've got a video Hey, we're doing all right, George. And we've got a video, at least bits and pieces of a video by Terry Cook, who we interviewed 2 weeks ago, Preparedness Expo. It's called The Mark of the New World Order, folks. So we've got an excellent show lined up. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and bring up a friend of mine, former city council member, George Humphrey. And George, I know that you've been involved in some things. Why don't you tell the folks, the viewers of this show, exactly what it is that one of your most current activities that you're involved in.
Great. Well, first of all, Jeff, thank you very much for having me on the show. I really appreciate it. The Jeff Davis Show has just gotten better and better over the last couple of years, and I think it's probably the most watched access show in Austin, Texas, and you and Mike and the others have put in a tremendous amount of work and effort and time, and I really appreciate all you've done. So for all of you out there who are watching, realize that they're not making any money. They're all doing this because they believe in our country, and they put in a lot of time and energy on this, and they really deserve a lot of credit.
Well, thank you, George. I appreciate that.
And you've really done a great job.
Thank you.
One of the things that I'm
You have your own story to share. Folks, I need to mention it's obvious that Mr. Smith here doesn't want to reveal his identity because of, I guess, fear of reprisal from this county, right?
Right.
Okay. But he does have quite an interesting story to tell us, so why don't you go on here, Mr. Smith, if you will. Tell us about your incident with Williamson County, Texas.
Well, I've always heard about Williamson County, and I thought people might be exaggerating, but until it hit me head on, and I had a situation where I was just leaving from my ex-wife's house, visiting my children, and I stopped at a stop sign, and I noticed there's an officer about 2 blocks down the street. Where I was at, he couldn't see where I stopped at, and when I went ahead and turned, he rolled right by me and then turned around and stopped me. And I asked him why he stopped me when I made a complete stop at the stop sign. And he said, well, I'm not going to give you a ticket, but I just want to take your driver's license. And he tried to say I didn't make a stop, but when I told him I saw you and you couldn't see where I was at because you was too far down the street, he just said, well, I'm not going to give you a ticket, but we're just going to take your driver's license. And they checked it, and then they said my license was suspended. And I was right around the corner from my ex-wife's house, and I had a cell phone, and I told him, well, he told me that he had to handcuff me, and they had to take me down. They called another police officer there. They cuffed me like a criminal. They, got 2 or 3 police officers there. They handcuffed me in front of everybody. They just made the situation look way worse than what it was, and it was just a bunch of stuff that was really unnecessary. I had my work clothes on. I had a lot of equipment in the car, and I had a rental car. And I asked him, I said, well, this is a rental car. Can I call my ex-wife? She's just right around the corner. I just left the house. It's right around the corner. You can see the house from here. And he was like, no, we got to impound your car. And so they went ahead and impounded the car, and they went ahead and took me down. They kept me down there, Jeff, I stayed there about 2 days. They held the equipment that was in the car. They tried to say it was stolen. The rental car place, we got a hold of the rental car place. They tried to get the car that day. They would not let them get the car because they said it was holding it because they thought the equipment might have been stolen.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry. It's almost humorous, but it's a sickening humor.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. I know I got this mask on, but it's because I don't trust the legal system. When I had to go back to court, me and a friend of mine, I'm a black man, and officer rode right by, turned around, just like last time, stopped us both this time, and we was on our way to the court this time. I had him drive because they said my license was suspended. But anyway, they stopped us, and the guy got out of his vehicle. We asked him what he wanted. He had nothing to say. He said, well, the tires like it's kind of low on the vehicle.
Is that what he said? The reason to stop was tires was low?
That's what he said.
Well, so I want to just clarify for people that made it. So one day you were driving up in Round Rock, right? You had a rental car. You had some equipment, some television equipment in the car with you. You were pulled over, stopped?
Yeah, I was pulled over, stopped.
Okay, and there was a problem with your driver's license. Now, explain it why your driver's license was suspended.
Well, I had switched insurance companies, and I had to keep an SR-22 for like 6 months to a year, and I thought I didn't need it anymore. So when I switched insurance companies, my old insurance company got dropped, and according to the SR-22, you're supposed to inform whenever you switch, just inform them, so they, reinstate so they keep it with your license for a year. So I didn't think I needed it anymore. And when I got the new insurance, I didn't get the SR-22, so my insurance got suspended. Now, all I had to do was just show the license plate that I had insurance, and my license was reinstated. It was a one-day process. As soon as I showed proof that I have insurance, my license reinstated the same day. I had to pay $50, I think.
Okay. Now, because of that, I guess they keyed in your license plate. So because of that, then they impounded the car.
Yes.
It's basically declared that the equipment, the television equipment you had in your car, had been stolen.
Right.
Well, you went to jail for what, 2 days?
2 days. It was on a Friday. I didn't get out till sometime Saturday. Friday morning, I got out Saturday night, Saturday evening, and couldn't get the car out until Monday. So we had to pay for the rental car for the weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and couldn't get out Monday. And, it was just costly for me all the way around. I had to pay a $200 fine to the court system. And after all that, the man tried to give me a year worth of probation.
I'm not laughing. It's just ridiculous. Okay, so what did you say when they they said they wanted to give you a year's probation?
Well, he said that they.
What did you say?
I asked him. I said, a year worth of probation for what? And he said, because your license was suspended and we stopped you. And this is usually like one of the things they do for everybody. And I was like, well, I know what my situation is. All I got to do is just go down to the driver's license place and show my insurance, and my license is going to be reinstated. And then I asked him about the probation. I said, what do you, probation like what? And he said, well, you have to come in each month, check in. You got to pay $115 a month for a year.
$115 a month to be on probation?
$115 a month.
Yeah.
And come in and check with somebody.
Yeah. This is Williamson County, all this is going on. So what's your general perception of this place?
I think they're out to get money. And from most people that I've heard that's been in there, when I was in there, similar cases. I have one guy told me that he called the police out there, and they ended up taking him to jail. He called the police. Him and his girlfriend was having a dispute. He said, look, he's going to do the right thing. He'll call the police, get his stuff out of the house, and leave. Well, when the police got there, they took him to jail. And took his girlfriend to jail, and then turned the kids over to the state. I was talking to the officer when he was taking me down to Williamson County, and he told me, he said he know that there's crooked lawyers, he know that there's crooked officers, and he know the judges are crooked. He said he's seen a case where the lawyer that person was in jail paid and actually went up to the DA and said, what do you want to do? He said he's seen it with his own eyes, and he was a sheriff. He also told me that they teach the sheriffs down there to know what you want to do to the person before you stop them. Yeah. So when you stop them, you know you're going to take that person in jail, whether you have a valid reason or not. And I was like, wow, that don't make sense. But he said that's what they teach the officers down there.
You're guilty before proven innocent.
Right.
They've already got their minds predetermined what they're going to try to pin on you, and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a common theme amongst all these testimonials. So you think it's out of control then?
Yeah, it's way out of control. It's way out of control. And what's the sad thing about it is they full of people's lives and people's homes and careers, and it's like they don't care. As long as you got money, you can pay your way out of it. If you don't, well, you're going to pay by sitting in there for time. And it's a pretty sad situation.
Thank you very much, my friend.
All right.
God bless you.
Get some pictures.
Come in here for a second.
Yeah, Dad, what is it?
The world's gotten out of hand, so I decided to blow it up tomorrow.
Oh, wait, blow it up? Isn't that a little harsh? I'm supposed to return to Earth, remember?
Return or schmurn. Besides, those people are so out of touch with reality.
Maybe you're the one who's out of touch, Dad.
Youth. So idealistic. So naive. Seems like only yesterday you were...
Dad, I'm like 2,000 years old.
All right already. Go return to your people. But you have one chance, and that's it.
There's good in this world, Dad. You'll see. I'll show you.
We bring you a special news bulletin from KHA News.
Reports of Jesus sightings have been popping up all over the land. Son of God or imposter. We'll keep you up to date as this story develops.
Hey, Jesus, what's up, man?
Not much. How are you?
Oh, I'm good. I've just been drinking a little bit, but hey, I'm not drunk. And I want to let you know, whenever I'm not in the bar, I'm in church. Every Sunday.
Today is Sunday.
Hey, let me ask you this. Is smoking the tweet a sin?
If I said yes, would you stop?
Hey, look at the time. I got to get going. I have a meeting with my gardener about some weed. I need to ask my gardener about some weeds in my garden. But hey, man, to keep it real, have a good one.
Oh my God, you're Jesus!
That would be me.
What was the name of that book you wrote?
I never wrote a
What was the name
book.
of it? What's the name of it? Damn, is it the discotheque?
You mean the Bible?
Duh. Okay, so anyway, you know how you parted the Red Sea?
What?
Okay, so you parted the Red Sea. My father has red hair, and he parts it down the middle. How fucking cool is that?
JC, my main man. Oh, watch your shoes there, Jesus. That's imported albino crocodile from Burma.
I'm sorry.
Forget about it. My name's Andrew Coppelganger, but you can call me Big Tex.
Okay.
Look here, I've got an idea for a TV show that's going to make us filthy rich.
TV show?
Actually, it's a reality show. Okay? So somebody on stage brings up a certain predicament.
Check this out, man. I was at this party the other night, and this foreign ass bitch was throwing her titties and her ass up in my face and shit, dude.
Crowd yells,
What would Jesus do?
What would Jesus do? And then you shed some sort of light on the subject.
Jesus dogs! Get your Jesus dogs! Can't go to heaven unless you get your Jesus dogs. Jesus! You want a wiener? No! I do not want a wiener!
The National Atheist Conference is protesting against Jesus, saying that since they don't believe in God, then obviously there can't be Jesus. The Black Militant Ministers Association is also here in protest, and they say, and I quote, Jesus is not a cracker, he is a black man. And that's just some of the many organizations who are protesting against Jesus out here today. And in related news, Rob, the religious right is lobbying Congress to ban robes, facial hair, and flip-flops. And sorry, that's sandals inside strip clubs to prevent any further embarrassment from Jesus in the future. I'm Leslie Alvarez with KH News. Back to you, Rob.
Son.
Save it, Dad.
Hello, I'm Deborah Stevens from the Three Shoes Posse Band, and also talk show host on The Rule of Law on the WTPRN We the People Radio Network. And many people have asked me, and I've often wondered myself, in this time of universal deceit and government corruption and oppression, what can we do? What can we possibly do? What can we do? Yes, Ron Paul. And this, Gary, that's Gary Teague behind me here. And we are, I would like to introduce at this point a short documentary film that I made today, the Ron Paul Boston Tea Party here in Austin, the rally, which was just incredible, one of the most incredible experiences I've ever experienced in my life. Gary Teague was there. We have him on video. There was a rally at the Capitol and a march from the Capitol down to Auditorium Shores, and then we threw boxes into the river, labeled things like IRS, Federal Reserve, Patriot Act, Homeland Security, torture, Iraq War, all these things, and it was just a beautiful display of not only support for Ron Paul, but support for ourselves and support for liberty and freedoms. And I want to dedicate this film to my very close friend and comrade, Terry Liberty Parker, because what happened today was very much in the spirit of everything he believes in, and I know that he would have loved to have been there if he could. We love you, Terry.
I hope that every one of you gave something. $10, 20, 50, 100, whatever you can do. They're not going to notice. They noticed the 4 million. They're going to notice the 8 million we do today. We all have to do it right now. And you have to start contacting people in your neighborhood. You have to start walking your precinct. You have to find out who are the other people who are receptive to the message of freedom and the message of peace. You have to find out who they are. Because in the next 4 to 8 years, we have to turn this country around.
WeThePeopleRN.com, We the People Radio Network. Right there was the information. Deborah Stevens, Randy Kelton hosts the program. It's on WTPRN.com Thursdays and Friday nights from 9 to 11 p.m. We the People Radio Network, and the program is called The Rule of Law.
That's right. That's right. We're bound and determined to hold public officials accountable to the rule of law that we have prescribed for them, that they have to do, because they're our public servants. They're our servants. We're on top. That's right.
Some of them seem to forget that they're public servants.
Some of them seem to forget that.
Yeah.
Ron Paul hasn't forgot that, though.
Okay, folks, Google Jeff Davis Show. We will be taking some calls here in just a minute, so you can start calling in if you're watching locally here in Central Texas, either on Time Warner Cable or Grande Communications, Channel 10. You can call 477-2258. If you're watching and or listening over the Internet in the Peercast Network, you can call area code 512-477-2288. Like I said, Google Jeff Davis Show, folks. We've got our dear friend Y just put 16 YouTubes up of a classic show we did in 1996 in this very studio. We had a bunch of surviving Branch Davidians in here. We've got YouTubes up. We've got archive playbacks. Everything. You can check out my acting resume. Check out Gary Teague's resume. And Deborah, I did link your Rule of Law radio webpage to the Jeff Davis Show.
Thank you.
Okay. So Google Jeff Davis Show, folks, for more information, or if you'd like to send us an email.
And that video was an exclusive. It's exclusive here on the Jeff Davis Show.
That's right.
Forgive the rush edit job. That it happened today. You know, the event was over at 6, and I brought it home and captured the video and did the best edit job I could for tonight, because I wanted to get it out tonight, because this is breaking news. This is history in the making, and people, we have about one more hour to give as much money as you can to Ron Paul campaign. We want to set a record for campaign contributions in one day.
Sasan, you wanted to say something about Terry Liberty Parker.
And for those of you that don't know, Terry Liberty Parker is a longtime libertarian political activist based out of Austin, Texas, originally from New York. It's hard to put into words the impact that this man has had on me positively, as he has had on thousands of other people. He's basically taught me that freedom is not something to be feared. It's something to be embraced. It's not as scary as government makes it sound it is. And I've got some bad news. He was diagnosed, as many of you know, with a brain tumor, probably the worst kind of brain tumor you can have, about 4.5 months ago. And we knew right from the outset that it was terminal, that eventually he would succumb to it. And but he fought it so hard and so well. He's more than doubled outlasted the prediction that the doctors made. And he fought it so well that we kind of forgot that this brain tumor was terminal. But this week, actually this morning, he finally did slip into a coma. And now it's only a matter of time. Most likely before we air our next show on Sunday, he won't be with us anymore. And I just want to bring up again and remind the audience that a lot of the freedoms they enjoy in this town are a direct result of Terry Liberty Parker's activism throughout the years.
Yes, sir. I would say so. I'd say that's right. And what do you say we dedicate next week's show to Terry?
Absolutely.
Whether he's around or whatever. What do you think?
Absolutely.
Terry Liberty Parker, dedicated next week. You all ready for some calls?
Absolutely.
Okay, here we go, folks. We've got about 8 minutes, so let's keep them quick. Welcome. You're all worldwide.
Hey guys, I'm certainly sorry to hear that Terry's condition is worsening. Hope he, whatever happens, but I'm praying for him. I was at the march today. I had knee surgery on Friday, and I was on crutches today, but I knew it was going to be a good thing. I did the march on crutches. I was kind of slow. I had to rest a couple of times. I kind of moved over to the side, and I thought I was going to get left behind, but there were so many people at the march. I could rest for a minute, then I could join the march back, then I could march a while, then I could rest, and I did the whole march on crutches, and this was definitely I've been living here 11 years, and this is one of the proudest days in the history of Austin, Texas for me, and I know there's going to be a lot of good video of it on the YouTube, and it was just a fantastic day. And I mean, I got an email from Paul Davis. He said the police said there was like 1,000 people out there. I saw a lot of familiar people, and more importantly, I saw a lot of unfamiliar people to the Ron Paul campaign, and I was just real happy, and we just got to keep getting the word out and telling people about Ron Paul and get them in the White House.
All right, sir.
Right.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Welcome. You're on Worldwide.
Oh, hi. Well, yeah, if the police said there were 1,000 people, that means there were a couple thousand.
Yeah. I thought there was more like 2,500.
I wasn't able to come. I'm a drummer. They asked me to come play, but I had to work today. I did see some of a video about Ron Paul unofficially making $4 million today. They showed some video of Boston and other cities in the United States. I didn't see anything on the the local broadcast news today. I'm wondering if anybody did.
Well, I know that Channel 8 News was out there because I saw them there, but I don't know if they broadcast the footage that they took.
Welcome. You're on Worldwide.
Hello. Hey, y'all aren't naive enough that Ron Paul is going to get the nomination.
Well, he's raised more money than any other Republican candidate this quarter.
But you know he's not going to get a nomination.
Why would I know that?
You follow politics in the past since the TV age, since 1960.
He has more contributions from the military than any other candidate, and he's raised more money than any other Republican candidate this quarter. And also on November 5th, he broke a record for the Republican Party of fundraising in one day, and he broke the record again today. So why would I think for 1 minute that he doesn't have a chance, besides the fact that we're going to take over the Republican Party anyway? We're going to become delegates, and we are going to be the Republican Party and go to the National Convention and nominate him.
Maybe he has now.
Why would I think for 1 minute that we don't have a chance?
Maybe he thinks like I might think that the elections are not running.
What I like about Ron Paul is he has the luxury to speak his mind, because he knows he doesn't have a shot in hell to get the nomination. And that is actually refreshing. It's a refreshing speech. I love that about him. But
there's nothing to show me. There's nothing to show me that he doesn't have a
shot. He's going to get the nomination.
In fact, there's nothing to prove to me at all that he doesn't have a chance. In fact, he has more overwhelming support by the population than any other candidate. So.
Except, like I say, the elections probably are not run honestly.
Right, but I have a plan.
That's kind of an understatement.
Well, that's why we have the plan for becoming delegates in the Republican Party. So we'll just be the delegates in the Republican Party and go to the National Convention.
Okay, welcome. You're on Worldwide.
You guys suck.
Thank you.
Is that it?
Wait, what did she say?
We all suck. All look like shit.
What else?
That's it.
What about me? Do I look like shit?
Bye.
Bye.
477-2288, folks. Quickly. We've got about 3 more minutes, and I don't think we all suck up here. In fact, Sasan and Deborah are expanding their operations in the radio and all kinds of different things. Sasan's going on different shows.
Actually, I have a debut. I'm debuting a new radio show this week.
Beautiful.
There's a brand new network called the Ron Paul Revolution Radio Network, rprradio.com. And I'm going to be doing a talk radio / music show on Wednesday nights from midnight to 2 a.m. Central Time with Steve Dorr, who is a high-profile musician who writes songs about Ron Paul and for Ron Paul. The campaign uses his music and hires him frequently, and we are going to be featuring bands and musical artists that write songs for Ron Paul and play their music and be doing interviews of them. So our show is...
What about after the elections, then what?
Well, we're going...
If he wins, you can keep it going, but if he doesn't, then what?
Well, the show is going to focus, of course, on Ron Paul and the music for Ron Paul, but also just on liberty-oriented music. It's called Liberty Music Review, and so we're going to go over the history of artists and musicians throughout the decades who have been inspired to write songs for liberty and freedom. And in this case, for Ron Paul.
There's been a lot of them. Yeah. Welcome, you're on Worldwide.
Hey.
Hi, sir.
How's it going? How's the show going?
Great, sir.
Awesome. Never tuned in. Nothing. Just kind of channel flipping. So, do you have a topic or?
Well, welcome.
Okay.
This is kind of a special edition show. It was mostly video of the Ron Paul rally today and discussing Terry Libby Parker.
Awesome. Well, I'm over here trying to cook some hot dogs, but I got this big girl in my kitchen eating my shit.
Thank you. Welcome. You're all Worldwide.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Do you know about Tukukui?
Thank you. Okay, closing comments. We got 30 seconds. Deborah.
Well, I do have a closing comment about the gentleman said, Ron Paul doesn't have a chance. And for people who think that maybe they shouldn't vote for him because they think they don't have a chance, elections are not a gambling pool at the office, people. This is your voice in government. You have a responsibility and a duty to vote according to your conscience and to vote according to who you believe would be the best person to represent you in your government. Okay, and that's just all there is to it. And it doesn't, and in the sense, it doesn't matter if he wins or loses. You have to vote according to your conscience. It's not like, the Bob Dylan song, what, you just want to be on the side that's winning? You know
what Stalin said. It's not who vote that counts, but who counts the votes.
Right, sure, but you know what?
He did say that.
Yes,
in the case where there's landslide, overwhelming public support, they're not going to have a very easy time stealing the election this time. Besides the fact that Randy and I have strategies to go after the Secretary of State here in Texas for violating the election code.
Folks, we'll be back live next week. Google Jeff Davis Show. Thank you, everybody, for being here.
It's Brother K. What's up? It's your man, Demetrius, better known as Bankhead. And we are the hosts of Magic Video. Come with us as we move from Sunday afternoons to Saturday afternoons.
Yes, sir. No longer on Sundays, baby. We moving to Saturday afternoon, 11 to 1. We breaking open, like brunch.
If you need more information on the show, hit us up on our MySpace page, myspace.com/magic_video.
You know what it is right here, Magic Video, baby. We're doing it live Saturday mornings for you, though, now. So get with the change, baby. New things in 07.
Thank you.